Hi, I'm Kelly and I own a Husky. As some of you guys probably already know, Huskies shed a lot of fur and it literally gets everywhere. So instead of letting all that fur go to waste during shedding season, I thought to myself, hey, why not try making yarn out of it since it's going in the bin anyway? This is the bag of my Husky's fur that I got this week from brushing him. It's not a lot since we've been brushing him at least once a week now, but usually when we don't, there's a huge buildup of fur that we just usually throw in the bin. So I thought I'd just give it a shot and try to make some Husky yarn out of this fur, so when shedding season comes, I am ready this time. So first I'm going to be washing the Husky fur because he's a stinky boy. This is nothing special, it's just me washing dog fur in a bucket in my shower. As you can see, the water is black.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the?
So I just washed it twice for good measure, and the fur definitely looked whiter and smelled better after too. But remember, make sure you don't use human hair products on your pet if their fur is still attached to their body, because it can cause skin irritation and that is very, very bad. Now I'm just drying the fur with a knockoff Dyson hairdryer, but ultimately realizing it was just going to fly everywhere, so I just laid it on a towel to dry overnight. It's gonna look a little clumpy, but that'll be normal. Hello, here is me at 2 AM attempting to learn a new skill to keep the voices in my head at bay. Sorry I look like a potato. I'm doing a process called carding, which is basically making all the fur more uniform by detangling it and also mixing it together at the same time, kind of. Basically, I'm using one of my Husky's combs to loosen the clump fibers so they're easier to work with. I'm doing this by scraping the clumps against the comb to pull all of the fibers in one direction and then passing the fiber between two separate combs to mix them together, kind of. 2 hours later of trying not to wake my parents up with scraping metal, I now have fluffy bits of fur which I will make into roving, which is essentially a woolly poop-sized sausage that hasn't been twisted into string yet. I made this by just rolling the fibers between my fingers and voila! A woolly poop sausage. So cute. Okay, now for the actual spinning part, which is definitely the most tricky and took me a while to figure out. Basically, it's a whole bunch of physics. I hooked the yarn onto the wooden spindle and just started spinning. So I'm spinning the spindle clockwise with my hand to create tension in that direction, which is clockwise. This basically creates potential energy and torque, aka a twisting force in the opposite direction, which is, in my case, anti-clockwise. So basically, because I have spun the spindle clockwise, I have spun the fibers clockwise, but the tension in the fibers want to restore balance, so the fibers will spin anti-clockwise, and hence that force will drive the spindle to spin anti-clockwise as well. So after I spin it clockwise with my hand, it spins anti-clockwise by itself, and then as you pull the yarn, the tension of the fibers will cause the wool to become almost sucked into a thinner, tighter strand. I hope I explained this properly. It's definitely a super tricky and lengthy process to grasp. My string was super uneven, very thick in some parts and super thin in others. This took so long and honestly I didn't do a great job, but I'm just super excited that it actually did work. So this is my finished product. Now I have to basically set the twist. Basically this is like a laundry basket and it fits really well in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically wrap it around here so it can get soaked in the hot water, and then I'm gonna put it in here because it fits perfectly, and I'm gonna fill the bucket with hot water up to here and then leave it for at least, I think 30 minutes is what is recommended. And the box, and it looks like this. Yuki approves, he's happy, I think, or traumatized. And honestly, it turned out okay. Like, obviously if it's hand done, it's always gonna have a little bit of imperfections. That's just like the beauty of making things by hand. You can't really expect to have like a whole blanket from like 2 weeks worth of fur, but I think this did pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Now I'm just figuring out how to store my yarn. Basically, I just got a toilet paper roll, hole punched 2 holes in 2 different ends, and then kind of just like tied the string to one hole and just wrapped it around a bit. Here's a footage of me doing that. It's pretty straightforward, but yeah, it was good and all done. So I tried knitting it. It didn't really go pretty well. It's not a lot of wool, but yeah, it kind of looks like this, and I just traumatized all my friends. So yep, that's my video. Yeah, if you like, I guess if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully for a less serial killer like video.